My career started in Edmonton, going to the Edmonton Gardens, which was a 5,200 seat arena then. Prior to that, when they had a renovation because it became a fire hazard, it was in the 8,000 area. When you went over to the Coliseum, which was right across the street on 18th Avenue there, it was the Taj Mahal. I mean, you were going from a pimple on the prairie rink to an absolute Vancouver Coliseum done right. It's very similar in a lot of ways, going from what is now an old barn with the Rexall place into this Taj Mahal they're building downtown, which is honest. I can't get this through people's heads in Edmonton. This is going to be the #1 arena building in the world, and by a significant margin. It is incredible what's going to be over there. Anyhow, if you want to go back, the first game of the Edmonton Oilers, and I'll guarantee you more than half the people who watch this video will be surprised by this, but in goal for the Edmonton Oilers was Jacques Plante, and in goal for the Cleveland Crusaders was Jerry Cheevers. That first game in the Northlands Coliseum, they didn't have the seats done. I think there were about 160 to 180 that they hadn't quite got done when they opened the doors. Don Clark was the temporary head of the thing at the time, and he decided, well, let's just give them the cushion on their way in. So the people went carrying their seat cushion from their seat up to, and in every case it was right up to the top. Sat on the seat, and they all loved it. Matter of fact, 6 of them loved it so much they took the seat home with them. So there's a million stories like that from the beginning. The first Canadian Finals rodeo in the building was a very tight schedule with the WHA from the game to go into the rodeo and the game, especially the game coming out. So the arena crew came up with the brilliant idea, well, why don't we just put the dirt on top of the ice, and then we'll scrape the dirt off, do a freeze over with a thin layer of ice on top, and when they take the dirt off, it's all pocked up and everything. There's no way you can put a freeze, so they got to take the ice out. So I don't know whether the second or third or fourth game in the history of the Oilers in the new building had to be postponed. They say it's the house that Gretzky built. It's actually the house that Bill Hunter probably had nothing to do with building than Gretzky, but he made it all happen. Now, people forget that he allowed Mark Messier and all those guys that are up there on the rafters with him now, he allowed them to have time to grow, because when he was on the ice, he was going against the #1 and #2 defensemen of the other team. The thing with Gretzky was, I don't know how many times that I sat there thinking, okay, now I've seen everything. And you go to the next game and say, okay, now I've seen everything. And it just happened over and over and over and over. So the #1 memories will all be away in the 5 goals in one game against Philadelphia to make it 50 and 39. Everybody's going to put the first Stanley Cup in '84 on their list when Dave Lumley flipped that puck into the empty net to seal the deal. Steve Smith, when he scored on his own net and broke up the 5 in a row, and just, how much you felt for that poor kid. But I remember Paul Lorio, singing the national anthem in 2006 and handing it off to the crowd to pick it up. And despite all that happened in that entire Gretzky area, that was the loudest of any rink in the history of the world, was here in 2006. We're going to go back and look back and remember the I was there parts of it, because let's even take it past hockey. The greatest success stories, the most well-attended Canadian and world figure skating championships were held in that building. The all-time record for any curling event was the 2005 Brier here, with 287,000 people. I mean, think about that, 287,000 people to watch curling. It's pure nostalgia, and everybody's getting all emotional. about what is it basically a building. It's about the people, and there's a lot of people, many of them career people with Northlands that lived in that building. Many of them career people with the Oilers organization, non-playing people that that was their home for more hours than their home was during the season, and the training and equipment staff and all that, and so you think of all that now, but the thing I'm going to miss most about this building is that press ring, the press box. I know that's the favorite place for every play-by-play radio and television commentator to do a game. I mean, it's at the right level above the ice surface, and it's the right level forward, and there's just no place. The Montreal Forum was the last rink that had something similar to it, but we go to the new building, we're going to be up there, and the puck's going to be a rumor down there like it is for us in every other place. So that's the one thing that I'm really, really, really going to miss about that joint.